What's up, guys? Matt here, coming at you with another quick video. This one we're just going to talk about these new Injora Mini Pins real quick. These things are very impressive. They are around a 54 millimeter, and they are my favorite tire at that size, without a doubt. For me, like running the creek and stuff, I ran these down at the cave last night. It was pitch dark. We were using flashlights. I didn't run it that much because it was just hard to see. I ran out of time, that sort of thing. But they seem to do really good down there. This truck was sitting way too wide because when I run larger tires, I had ran like the original pins. You can see the difference there in the size. I ran those on here at one time. I ran a little bit of everything on here. In the larger tire, this thing needed to be wider. It was just very tipsy because it has so much belly clearance as is. So with a bigger tire, it sits too high. So I had this thing sitting like really wide last night, and I came home and I changed out the hex on these wheels, got this thing in a little bit, and I'm thrilled with how it's driving now. I'm not even getting full steering out of this thing right now. These brass steering links from FairRc for the FCX, they're not the best. They hit the diff cover there, so you can see I'm nowhere near maxing out my turning, and I'm gonna have to grind that thing off a little bit. And this thing was still like killing some lines, so need to take care of that. But this little truck is awesome. We'll talk about it a little bit as I'm running. Just wanted to show you guys these tires. They are crazy good for this size. They are a smaller tire, you know, nowhere near something like these. These are doing really well. I've been running them on this truck quite a bit. Just put them on here. This is a custom build for anybody that wants to take a little sneak peek. It's nowhere near done. Motor, gearing, all that is not right. It's not good right now. But let's get to some running of these, and I'll talk a little bit about this truck as we're running it, because I know somebody's going to ask what this truck is and all that sort of thing. So we'll talk about it. So this truck is actually my original mashup between the FCX24 and FCX24. You know, it has the FCX24 transmission and chassis and everything with the FCX portals. And really, this is kind of what Furitek based the Cayman build off of, because, you know, exactly like this. This is the first one that I really built with that setup that was just really good. This has the Maz cheat code chassis. The clearance on that chassis is unreal. Look at the belly of this thing. It's not even close to touching a lot of this stuff. And you'll see a lot of these straight climbs I go over, just like this one right here. This thing don't even struggle to just go straight over this rock. And that's all that belly clearance. That's why I like a little bit smaller tire on this truck, because you don't have to get the larger tires to get the clearance and that sort of thing. Man, it just works. This combo is amazing. This is probably my favorite truck to drive right now. It just goes. I mean, it's crazy. I was so impressed with it today. Now that I've got it kind of narrowed up a bit, it just fits this truck so much better, being a little more narrow. And you'll see, I mean, you can see there, it's just, these tires don't even spin. Like, they just grab and go on this creek rock. This is just straight in the creek. I don't have a lot of experience with dirt. Some sand in the cave last night. Like I said, it was dark. I didn't do a lot of running, but, you know, they didn't cake up or anything. But I haven't been in, like, super wet conditions or, you know, mud, obviously, or, you know, a lot of dirt. But, man, for this type rock, they're really good. And I'm running flubbers in the front. They're not made for these tires. They're just some that kind of fit. So I'm not even sure which ones they are. You would probably just check the Flubber Stuffers site for some that are around the 54 millimeter. And then in the rear, it's just stock foams. All four are vented and working amazing. One thing I noticed, like with these tires, like this right here is another spot where I just kind of go straight up and over this, but you can see the undercut on that left front and this rear. When this rear hits it, you see how it's under the rock, but they still like are able to grab and pull up it. Most tires just kind of fold and go under that, or they just spin and you don't pull that. And these just somehow seemed to grab and do that. I did that several times in different places. And even though the tire's like under the rock, I'm able to get out of it and over it. And I was just really impressed with these tires. So this size tire won't be for every build, but just like this truck, it's the perfect fit for this truck. And I'm really glad to see, you know, somebody putting out a killer tire that's not just bigger. You know, it seems like everybody now, when they come out with a new tire, they just make it a little bit bigger than the last one, and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, because everybody just thinks, oh, the bigger's better. And, you know, I like the big tires. I'm not going to say I don't like the bigger tires. I run them a lot, but for some builds, I want a little smaller tire, not tiny. The high racks to me are just a little too small. They work great for like the Bronco or something that you're trying to keep scale, but if you're trying to get a performance-based rig like this, that's not just super wide, super stretched, all jacked up with big, massive tires, you know, I didn't feel like there's a lot of great options. You know, a lot of people swear by this or that. Kind of like the old Patagonias were for me. You know, I really liked those tires, and I mean, I still like them, but these have just a little more grab to them. You know, those little bitty nubs on these tires really seem to grab and go, and they just work. I don't know what it is. I like the look of them, the small pins, a little better than the bigger ones. I think, you know, those being all spaced out, they just look kind of super crawler, not near as good looking, in my opinion, as these. So just all around, these are a hit for me. You guys let me know what you think. They're not going to be for everybody, definitely not for looks, but they are very good. Like I said, flubbers in the front, stock foam in the back. These things are killing it. This is one of my favorite little lines right here, just because it was fun. You know, I was kind of pretending like, say there was a gate marker at the top of this hill, you couldn't go over the crest. You just kind of had to work your way across and then up. And these things, you can tell, they just hold their own. They do exactly what I want. And when I'm ready to pull up it, they just walk up it. Just had a blast with these things. Can't wait to get some more time in with them and see how they're going to do on the foam and stuff. I feel like on the foam and grout, they're going to do excellent as well. So you guys let me know what you think about these. I appreciate everybody watching. Lots to come. I'm going to get to the giveaway that I was talking about on the one of my previous videos. So make sure you've got the bell clicked so you get notified when that video goes up. And just a lot of stuff coming up. Lots of Black Friday deals coming up. I'll be posting those, trying to keep everybody updated on them, as well as FMS has sent me some stuff to give away. So going to be doing those as well. So definitely check out FMS's Black Friday stuff. They got a lot going on, and they're really trying to promote it and just give back, I think. You know, like I said, they've given me several things to give away. So going to get into that too. So I really appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell, share. Peace.